All right, how are you, my people? Gyokeres to Arsenal transfer talks have paused as we speak right about now here onto the Rokani Media Football. We are also talking about Alvaro Carreras to Madrid. Here we go. And then we are also gonna be really letting you know about Gibbs-White, who has gone ahead obviously joined the side of Tottenham Hotspur. Smash like button, comment and share if you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is here to obviously try to broadcast this to where you want it to be. So everyone who is obviously trying to really get to know about what the Viktor Gyokeres deal is all about, this is the best place for you to be, and let's take it off from here. Remember, I want to hit 30,000 subscribers, and please go ahead and really subscribe. And this is the second video of the day. Now, John Cross, who works for the Mirror, and he's the chief football writer for the Mirror, has told us that Sporting Lisbon decided to put talks on hold earlier this week after failing to reach an agreement, but are now ready to resume serious negotiations within the next 48 hours. There is huge optimism the deal will get done for Viktor Gyokeres. You've heard me right. The talks have been put on hold. You understand? And they're like, let's us go and really have what we call maybe a crisis meeting that will draw the lines on where Arsenal should pass and shouldn't pass. That means this deal is not yet off. I know many people will be saying the deal is off, it's not really happening. The deal is not off. The deal is on, but the two parties were like, let's not really continue with this because we are not in the right senses to obviously get it done. And that was called for the side of Sporting Lisbon, and Arsenal respectively were like, all right, let's respect what you're saying, and in the next 48 hours we'll obviously resume talks and see what is what and what Arsenal is going to. Remember, these remaining days to end this week are really very important because Arsenal is obviously gonna be flying out, I think towards the end of next week. They'll obviously be flying out to start their preseason matches, and they would love to fly out with Viktor Gyokeres on board. That is it. So don't really get shocked that they went ahead obviously pause the talks, but that statement that there is huge optimism that deal will get done for Viktor Gyokeres. So Gyokeres to Arsenal is still on. It's not yet off. Very many have come up and obviously tried to sell lies that this deal is off, it's not gonna be happening. Others were like, the deal is undusted. Now, I'll never come here and obviously lie. Alright? I obviously come here to really let you know about the truth that I've gone ahead to get from credible sources. Gyokeres to Arsenal is not yet done. Gyokeres to Arsenal deal is not off. Sporting Lisbon called for the hold of talks because they felt like they couldn't obviously come to a compromise in a deal like this or a discussion atmosphere. So we wait to see what will obviously happen in the next 48 hours from now. Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon getting ready to get back. Remember, the gulf in price is it even a gulf? I don't think it's a gulf in price. It's all about 4.5 million pounds. You understand? It's 4.5 million pounds that Arsenal don't want to pay, and Sporting Lisbon is like, you'll pay it. You'll obviously have to pay 69 million pounds. You understand? That is equivalent to 80 million euros. 70 of guaranteed fees, and 10 million euros of add-ons. So that's where we are, and the talks have been paused for now, and we are waiting to see how things will obviously pan out. So that's what we've gone ahead to get from John Crossmira, a chief football writer for the chief football writer in there, for the chairman of the Football Writers Association, right? Now, from there, let's go a little bit to Portugal and Real Madrid and talk about this exciting youngster who came in throughout Manchester United as Alvaro Fernandez, and now he's known as Alvaro Carreras. To Real Madrid, here we go. Verbal agreement in place between Real Madrid and Benfica. Real negotiated to pay 50 million euros in multiple installments instead of one pay clause. As soon as United confirm they don't activate buyback clause, Alvaro will travel. Obviously, it's a here we go, and it's going to happen because for the club of Manchester United, I don't think they still need a player like him, because if they needed to sign the player, they would have gone ahead to sign him during the January transfer window, as they needed a left back. You remember, before they went in for Patrick Dogu. So that shows you that United no longer need the services of this guy, and all they need is their pure profit. Remember, in the release clause, in the contract they really signed, United had a 20% of the profits they will make from the sale, and the profit is 42 million euros because United were paid 7 to 8 million euros to see to it that this player crosses from the side of Man United, the side of Benfica. He hasn't gone ahead, obviously, long last at Benfica, and there he goes to Real Madrid. And Real Madrid negotiated a deal, and the deal is what they're really working towards to really achieve and benefit. So 50 million euros for Alvaro Carreras to Real Madrid, and that's what we call a here we go. So United are yet to confirm, and the player will go to Real Madrid. Remember, Alonso is trying to build a new era of people like he's trying to build a new era of people that have gone ahead to see to it that all goes on well as planned into his career. And having been knocked out of the semi-finals by PSG of the FIFA Club World Cup, he said they are going to lose more games like this, and they'll win more games. You understand? So that's what you've gone ahead to hear from the manager. But Alvaro Carreras, I think, is ready for the challenge. That is it. He has already gone ahead to play in the La Liga, you know. He was playing for which team in the La Liga before Man United really called him out, and they really took him to Benfica. Even forgotten that team. But I saw Garcia play as left back, but I think Alvaro Carreras offers more into the defensive and the attacking side of the pitch, meaning that the likes of Benjamin Mendy, he might be shown the exit door, and the likes of a player called Alaba David might also be shown the exit door from Madrid. Then we also have another here we go that got sounded, that is yesterday, and it's all about Gibbs-White. Breaking: Morgan Gibbs-White to Tottenham Hotspur. Here we go. Spurs trigger £60 million release clause after direct contact with Forest yesterday. Medical booked and said to take place in 24 hours, as Telegraph Gareth Me reported. Follows Kudos deal done. Massive moves for Spurs. Now, if Spurs have added Gibbs-White and Mohamed Kudus to their attacking front, it makes them a more threatening side, because when you look at Spurs and how they used to play last season, they never really had a very beautiful bench, but they're really working on their bench, you know. Even if they start with Maddison and then Gibbs-White comes in later, or vice versa, and even if they start with Kulusevski and then Kudus is off the bench and vice versa, you now note it that they've worked onto their squad depth. And he will be going to the Champions League very, very strong. So your thoughts on Gyokeres to Arsenal transfer talks paused are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about the two Here goes? Alvaro Carreras to Real Madrid, and then Gibbs-White to Tottenham Hotspur from Nottingham to Spurs are concerned. Your reactions to that are welcome in the comment section below. We out for now. See you later. Bye bye.